So, good evening, everyone, and a very hearty welcome to today's session of Wisdom Wednesdays. Ishwari does not need any introduction for this group because she has been on our program earlier when we were Tuesday gatherings, and I'll be sharing a link of that program which you can always watch if you haven't done so earlier. So, let us prepare for the session of clearing meditation that she is going to lead us into. So just take a few moments to center yourself, be with your breath. The breath is the first guru. It is the divine vibration that allows us to inhale and exhale and thereby absorb prana, which lies at the very root of this creation. And we become aware of the pranic dimension of the breath if we take a few moments to become more aware of the subtler nuances of the breath. Anything that we give our attention to, we can know a lot of things about that, things that we miss most of the time. So just paying attention to the breath allows us to get into the source and thereby touch the very core of our being. Settle your awareness in the heart. It is here that the incoming breath dissolves into nothingness, and it is from here that out of that nothingness the outgoing breath starts. And this nothingness is the very core of our being. And when we touch that space, we can touch grace, because we become aware of the inherent connection of man and God. So let us come to the center, and from that space chant Om 3 times. So each time we'll take a relaxed deep breath and chant Om in a relaxed manner. So take a deep breath and start. Let us invoke further grace by praying to the Guru principle. That is all pervasive and has been showering blessings upon this universe from the beginning of time to this day. Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Just a simple prayer for grace. It can take us into a very deep state. And from this state, I take this opportunity to welcome each one of you with all my heart. And a very special welcome to Ishwari, who has given her time and energy and her intention for this session. So let us dive into the session straight away. Thank you, Ishwari.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And in fact, a heartfelt gratitude to each one of you who has chosen to show up today, to be here, to be a part of this whole circle who is coming together to do this work. Just like we have a collective consciousness, and in the collective consciousness, whatever we are doing, living in the individual capacity also gets contributed to the collective consciousness, and we also receive from the collective consciousness. Today's session, the intention that flows through is whenever we have given our words to whichever cause, whichever scenario, and which no longer holds true for us. So wherever there are entanglements, there are any kind of commitments on different realms, on different aspects, the clearing session is meant to dissolve, dismantle, disintegrate, bring to completion all that we are ready at the soul level to engage in, to unentangle ourselves, to free our bandwidth. I will be playing a little music in the background, and I'll keep on speaking whatever I am made to speak. The whole intention is that in our individual Akashic records and in the universal Akashic records, that is the collective consciousness and the individual consciousness, whatever is ready to be released, collapsed, dismantled, we set that intention out. We kind of put in a petition to the creator energy to receive that dissolution, that revocation, whatever is in divine dispensation. Just relax and with an intention of being in the flow of divine consciousness, to dismantle, to release, to dissolve whatever is as per divine plan, in divine ordination and divine dispensation. In whichever lifetime, in whichever timeline, in whichever dimension, we have given our words to be a certain way, with people, with places, it is now okay to set the intention that we be set free from all arrangements, agreements that are now defunct, that no longer operates for our higher good, our highest good and greatest joy. All the souls who are a part of the earth grid, wherever and whenever you chose to become a part of the earth grid, either as a warrior or as a meditator or as a caregiver, in whichever capacity you chose, your soul chose to be a part of the earth grid. All the contracts that you have with Mother Earth, with the earth grid, that no longer serves you, where you have outlived the service you had promised, you had contracted with Mother Earth. It is now okay to revoke, rescind, cancel, clear all such promises, oaths and vows, arrangements and agreements with Mother Earth. You will still choose, you will always have the option to still choose to serve her, but not as a compulsion, not as a bondage, not as a binding contract. Revoke, rescind, cancel, clear, and delete. All the oaths or vows, arrangements and agreements done to be a part of the earth grid, to be earth sentinels, to be caregivers, to be teachers, to be doctors, to be workers, to be farmers, to be masters or to be slaves, whatever roles your soul chose to create a binding contract with Mother Earth in alignment with the divine design and dispensation. You can now choose to revoke all such contracts with the earth grid and the Mother Earth. It sets you free to work with the energies of the ascended earth energies with greater ease, and receive from the ascended earth energy with greater ease. All the places where you have taken birth in different lifetimes across all timelines. The promises made to all your motherland. Your place of birth and your place of karma yoga. All promises made to the places, to the people of the lands where you have taken births in different lifetimes. Promises made but forgotten, but which still binds you to that place. We now dismantle, disengage, and delete, deactivate all such promises and entanglements. Disengage, 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 deactivate, 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 disengaged, 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 deactivated, deactivated, deactivated. All the credits that you have from those lands, Janma Bhumi, Karma Bhumi, in whichever capacity there are still credits, blessings to be received from those lands. We now pray that we receive it wherever we are, whichever land we choose to reside in, to work with. Let all the credits be transferred and received in the land where we now are living and thriving. Done and received, done and received, done and received, done and received. All the dimensions, all the directions, all the lords of the dimensions and directions, we request them to release us from our promises, arrangements and agreements made with those dimensions and directions across lifetimes and timelines, to serve those dimensions, to be bound by those directions. It is now time to put in a petition to the divine creator energy for dismantling and revocation of those promises, of those agreements. Dismantled, 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 deleted, 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 done and over with, done and over with, done and over with. All parts of you that you had left behind in those dimensions and realities, it's now time to pull back and integrate all those parts of you into you with divine consciousness integrated into it, with love and consciousness imbued into it. Integrated, 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 integrated. Across lifetimes and timelines, wherever you made promises on behalf of others, wherever you took on the onus of servitude, of completing words spoken and given by others, to deities, to places, to people, it is now time to dismantle and deactivate those promises too. Revoked, 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 revoked. All the promises, all the oaths and vows, to whatever extent, is carried and imprinted in your physical body, your mental body, your etheric body, and are being carried as cellular level imprints, patterns which run the show for you, which results in self-sabotage. It's now time to deactivate, dissipate, and delete all such activated parts of you. Deactivated, 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 deactivated. Done and over with, 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 done and over with. Wherever you made the elements that constitute you, the earth element, the fire, the water, the air, the ether, the Akash element, wherever promises were made with any of the elements as the witness, or where the promises were given to the elements to serve, to be a conduit of service to the elements and through the elements to humanity, to different deities, to your ancestors. All of it is now ripe and ready to be disabled and revoked in divine design, divine order, divine dispensation. Deactivated and deleted. Deactivated and deleted. Deactivated and deleted. Any sensation, in case you have, in any of your body parts, physically, know that it is by design a release of whatever is ripe and ready for release from your physical body, from your cellular level memory. promises made, promises forgotten, oaths taken, oaths forgotten by you or by your ancestors to any place, any people. And many of us have been our own ancestors. So wherever such unfinished contracts have been in hibernation, have been waiting for fulfillment, have been waiting for being honored, we now choose to acknowledge, accept, and honor them in essence. And the divine team is facilitating the closure of all such open contracts. Closed and cleared, closed and cleared, closed and cleared. Done and dismantled, done and dismantled, done and dismantled. All the oaths and vows, arrangements and agreements around serving people and places again gets highlighted. So whatever comes to your awareness and whatever does not come to your awareness, all that is ready and ripe for dissolution, dismantling, dissipation. The request is placed before divine creator energy for all of it to be rescinded, revoked and cleared. Rescinded, revoked and cleared. Rescinded, revoked and cleared. Rescinded, revoked and cleared. Through all the 7 realms and realities, as of now, it is done and over with, done and over with, done and over with. In your ancestral lineage and the descendants that have come into beingness through you in this reality, in parallel realities, in dimensions known and unknown to you, wherever any kind of arrangement no longer works for your highest good and ascension purpose, we are now putting up a petition for dismantling all such arrangements and agreements to whatever extent allowed in divine design and dispensation. Petition submitted. Petition submitted. Petition submitted. Whatever activation and deactivation at the DNA level is required for all of this to get facilitated, it now is done with immediate effect. Done with immediate effect. Done with immediate effect. done with immediate effect. Wherever you were forced to get into any arrangement of not showing up, not speaking your truth, not shining your light, not living your potential fully, it is now time to revoke, rescind, recant, dissolve, and dismantle all such structures with immediate effect. All limiting beliefs, all constructing structures, deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved. Deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved, deleted and dissolved. The soul group that you are a part of and your arrangements and agreements with your soul group to whatever extent it no longer serves you, it no longer serves the group. We have the permission from the divine to release ourselves and the others from this arrangement, from this agreement. Done and over with. Done and over with. Done and over with. Everywhere you chose not to receive from your ancestors for whatever reasons, it is now time to dissolve and dissipate those blockages in fullness. No blockages remaining in you receiving the blessings from your ancestors in your ancestral lineage. You being your own ancestor, you blessing yourself anywhere, anytime. You chose not to be a blessing for yourself. In this moment, all of that stands dismantled. All of that stands disintegrated. All of that stands revoked. Being visible, being vocal, being expressive, being in the space of receiving with ease and grace, wherever, whatever has been a blockage out of your own creation or because of projections made by others, all of that now stands dissolved, dissipated, dismantled. dissolved, dissipated, dismantled, dissolved, dissipated, dismantled. The promises you made around your womb in whichever lifetime as a female, you have promised your womb to be used for a specific purpose, or not to use your womb for a specific reason. All those oaths and vows also are now getting nulled, and it all ends. It is revoked, revoked, revoked. Wherever you chose not to own money, not to have health, wealth, fame, being an individual of significance, magnificence, all of those arrangements and agreements are also now revoked, rescinded, cancelled, cleared, deleted. 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 Promises made to be a disciple or to be a master, to people who wanted to be a disciple. All such arrangements which no longer are functional for you or the other souls. It is now okay to rescind and revoke them too, in divine dispensation and in divine order. Rescinded, revoked, deleted. Rescinded, revoked, deleted. Rescinded, revoked, deleted. An opportunity is being opened up for all of you to pray to your Kul Devi or your Kul Devat on behalf of yourself and your ancestors, wherever any promises were made but have been forgotten, wherever any ritual was promised to be done on behalf of the ancestors or on behalf of the immediate family, wherever you don't have any memory, but the words have been given by you or on your behalf, or you have given on behalf of your family. All of that now stands honored and fulfilled. Pray to all the deities, pray to all the divine beings who have patiently waited for those promises to be fulfilled, for the travels to be made to those places of Ishta, Devat, Ishta Devi, Kul Devat, Kul Devi. All the deities who were forgotten, and who have been waiting to receive honoring, to receive fulfillment of the promises made to them. In this moment, the doors are open for you to pray to all of them, to complete the promises made by you for yourself, made by you on behalf of others, made by others on behalf of you. Please take a moment to express your gratitude to your Kul Devi, to your Kul Devat, to the deities who have been protecting your lineage, who have been blessing you, holding your hand, guiding you across lifetimes and timelines. Take a moment to express gratitude to your places of birth, to the souls who chose to play the role of your biological parents, grandparents, children, grandchildren. Please thank all of them. Release them from any kind of promises you extracted from them from any of the earlier lifetimes or even this one in parallel realities. Wherever you extracted promises from others, it's now up to you to free them from the promises taken from them, from those souls. Relationships, events, memories with people and places, big or small, significant or insignificant. The threads of emotions creating an active memory, an active hotline of karma and karmic connections, incompletions with people and places. It's now okay to disengage, disentangle, release and be released. While all of this was happening, the sacred violet flame of Saint Germain was purging, was exhuming, consuming, transforming, transmuting whatever needed to happen in our energy bodies. Please express your gratitude. Take a moment to express your gratitude to your physical body, your mental body, in fact, to your whole energy beingness, which has co-created this space of freedom, this space of disengaging and dismantling whatever was ripe and ready to be released for you and for others. The clearing session for all of us now stands completed in wholeness across all realities across all lifetimes and timelines. It now stands done in divine order and divine timing and divine dispensation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready to. Um, it has been a lot of clearing on many different levels. Not all of it can I articulate or capture for you, and each would have experienced whatever you would have or you would not have, whichever way it has happened. Just wanted to share this that it's like a layer, a whole sedimented rock kind of thing, which for each one of us has got either cleared or shifted to whatever extent was designed for us. So thank you for receiving and for being a part of this.
Thank you, ma'am.
So back to you and Hima.
I think anybody wants to share anything? How you felt through this session and what it did for you? I'll just take a moment to open the door because somebody is at the door.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
I,
Shiva.
I felt like lots of energy around me throughout the session. And when you said that you may feel some tingling or sensation in any part, so there were lots of sensation around my head, all over temples and back head and top, so mostly head.
Yeah, so a lot of memories are nothing but again, the connections that we hold on to, some emotional linkage connections that remain, unfinished business, whatever it was. So things would have got cleared from the physical as well as the energy body. Thanks for sharing because, yeah, I was getting guided to speak that it can happen through the body. Do please
Mhm.
keep yourself well hydrated,
Okay.
and in case you feel, not that everyone will, but in case you feel pukish or anything that needs to be released from the system, please be okay with that. Nothing has gone wrong or there is nothing to be worried about. Sometimes the body releases the way it releases. So, yeah.
My right leg was as heavy as lead. I couldn't move right from the hip to the toes. I
Mhm.
just felt it was so heavy to move. Also, I had to hold the leg
Uh-huh.
and move the leg. I had to because it just felt heavy as lead, which I've never felt before. What should be the reason?
Again, this is all awareness as to where we might be keeping certain things as a suppressed or unprocessed, even emotions, or sometimes things which are now making itself show up so that you know what to release. So what comes to me in this moment is you can even take a bucket of warm water, put some salt, and just sit, uh, dip your legs in that, and again just ask your body to release whatever it needs to release.
Thank you very much.
Interestingly, from last night, I have had an extremely excruciating pain in my left hip and leg for no reason. So it's like when we intend for certain clearing to happen, physically, sometimes we are first made aware of where it is being held or what is the issue, and then it releases the way it does. Sir, yeah.
Anyone else wants to share something? Manoj, you want to share something?
I have some sensations in my heart in between. Yes.
As a group, I mean, whatever I felt was there was a lot that kind of got emptied from the heart. It was almost like suddenly there was a void. So much got expunged or released from the heart space. So yeah, a lot of clearing happened from there.
Anyone else?
Hi, this is Jacqueline.
Yes,
I just wanted to thank you. It just kept reminding me to go back to the nothingness. Go back before. I love how you articulated it. Delete, just delete and go back. And there was some light in the head region, and I just really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Ishwari.
I would just take one minute to say one thing.
Yes.
Use this recording as often as your body is happy to. This is like the way I was made to speak. There is sedimentation, like layers and layers of things. So some things will come off at one go. Some things might happen the next time. So it can help to use it whenever your body is ready to do it. And on a very, very lighter note, before I came to the session, the guides were like, reminded me, like sometimes we have the coupons, okay, like isme ye free hai, usme wo hai, and we keep it and we forget it. But when we kept it with an intention that I'm going to use it. So like that, so many times we give assurances to others or we make promises to others, which in that moment was very true. But then it is defunct. So this clearing session was also somewhere, it cleared away all those superfluous things to which in that moment was true, but no longer is true for us.
That is a very important point. Thank you. So shall we end this session now? We do
Thanks
this
to
with the Shanti part. Huh? We'll just do this with the Shanti part. So offering this healing energy to get into the universe and do the clearing work. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti शान्तिः ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Thank you everyone and thank you Ishwari. We will meet again next Wednesday. Bye bye till then.